Okay.
I'm Commander Shepard, and Awesome Matt G is my favorite streamer on Twitch.
Yo, what's up, Lucid? How are you, sir? You know what? Let's go ahead and do this just to get it out of my hands. All right. Let's go watch the stage play. Nice. How's that going playing that game 2-player? Are y'all just doing hot seat? Like she sits next to you and tells you what to do kind of thing? Oh, it actually has co-op. Wow. I didn't know that. Oh, Commander, good day to you all. I am Tina from the Next Door Theater. Remember me? So here's the score. We finished rehearsing. We're ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started. Will you come? Sure, let's go. Did I see your Discord post? About your house? I did. That's nuts, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come that every participant in the crusade has waited for with bated breath. The day when we, the Next Door Theater, finally present to you our newest production. Hurrah, theater! I wonder if I comment on everything as that happens. Will the people decide I'm impolite dragon? Fine, I'll behave. Theater, yay! We cast a long, thoughtful look at Ember. The elf's joy is reflected in the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind Grandma creaks loudly and somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least you hope it's a prop. Today we return to the recent past, to one of the first victories won by our commander. Our show is dedicated to those grandiose, incredible, mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand, and legendary events many of you have probably witnessed firsthand. As a director and playwright, I feel humbled and honored to... captivated by her speech, the grandma brandishes her ladle with wide enthusiasm and accidentally touches one of the catapult levers. You hear a theatrically loud whisper from the ranks of the actors. Does anyone remember when we used to load that catapult? I have a better question. What did that projectile hit? I see something that resembles a plume of smoke in the place similar to where we left one of the crates our props are in. I put my cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. Stop panicking. The show must go on even if we are left without costumes and props. If something does not go according to plan, we improvise. Nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere, and now we shall begin. Applaud. Hooray! In the year 4715, in the area of Dresden, a figure appears in front of an army waiting for his orders. It's their leader, Knight Commander Kang. My heart burns. Lambkin pauses, moving his lips quietly. Before inspiring his army with a stirring speech, the commander paused to prepare to say something important. Courage. My heart burns with courage. Courage! The delighted Lambkin says proudly. And feeling inspired, he goes on without hesitation. We will never give up. Onward, my warriors. The commander's speech was certainly inspiring. But he understood it wasn't enough in the face of the upcoming dangers. He needed to describe the goal to the army and give real hope to the soldiers, and so the commander exclaimed, oh my god, Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. Jesus Christ. Like an arrow, we fly to our goal. We rush to our goal with Light Seed. Light Seed is an ancient Azlati battle cry and a spell for good luck. Then, with his army properly inspired, the commander explains the details of his grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to disperse the enemy legions by charging them on the back of a huge, formidable mountain goat, as you do. A huge but miniature mountain goat of a rare pony-like breed. Are we completely sure Pretzel's up to the task? I haven't been to any of the rehearsals, but he definitely doesn't look like he's ready to ride down demonic legions. Not to worry, our esteemed sound master is backstage and will lure Pretzel with a carrot. Our pony can move as fast as a hurricane for a carrot. He would charge a Baylor if the Baylor were foolish enough to stand between Pretzel and his carrot. It seems to me that something has gone wrong. Do you know how many ponies I had to audition for this role? An entire herd. This was the only one that was any good. He did this trick perfectly during rehearsals. I don't know why he decided to dig in his heels now. Oh, Pretzel, how you've let me down. And now that all of you have witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic, and impressive culmination of our play, let us return to reality for a moment to welcome the person for whom we have all gathered to celebrate, the commander. After all, this was one of his earliest adventures. Woo! So what did you say, Commander? Did you like the show? Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Of course, sure. Believe it or not, Commander, but every true comedian knows their calling is to provoke laughter and smiles, not necessarily on stage. And it need not be a successful, professional, and perfectly organized performance. Sometimes our art exceeds the limitations of our stage. And now, unfortunately, the time has come to say goodbye. We were with you for since almost the first day. But now that the show is over, the Next Door Theater Troupe has other places to be and other plays to perform. Alright, cool. Adorable. Oh man, I am stuffed, dude. Is it weird to say I'm excited for you to have Japanese curry so I can hear your reaction to it? Nah, it's legit. Cool. We'll fight the enemies.
I'm losing my temper. None shall escape!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
won't survive.
Move out!
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning because Lucid and I immediately started talking about cool stuff. I have, for those on YouTube, I've hereby decided my Crusader Army map gameplay is now over. So what that means is I'm going to do everything as much as I can. And then when it gets to the point that I need to fight on the Crusader map, I'm just going to use the mod to cheat in armies and beat the enemy so that I don't have to continually struggle to like waste days to recruit people to make armies. That's just a waste of time for me.
Head on!
I'm prepared.
There are giants over here. Oh, there he is. You won't miss it? Me neither.
Die!
Endure.
Hello, buddy.
I will resist.
No one stands in my way.
Oh, where are you going? You're coming over here. Okay. I don't care about that, Eno. The Sarkorian land is full of dangerous creatures and poisoned beasts. A large pack of monsters has migrated into the Crusaders' territory and made its lair somewhere in the vicinity of Dresden. They attack scouts and hinder deliveries. Find and clear out the nests, or teach the soldiers how to deal with them. Find and clear out the nests unlocks the clear nests. 6,000 logistics. Or teach them how to deal with the beast. Unlocks the Monster Slayer degree. All units gain ready for anything for 60 days. +2 on all saving throws. I think I'm going to do that one. Invitation from the Free Crusaders. Fucking again. God. Make up your damn mind. Every fucking day they want me back. No! This is the stuff I get tired of really fast in these games. Is every fucking 5 minutes they want you to come back to the capital. Alright, let's save here. Enter. So yeah, Lucid, if you and Devoid get around to playing this game, awesome. Just use the mod toy box that I'm using. Because you can tweak everything and like take chunks of the game away that you just do not like. Very, very convenient.
I lead. You follow.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Make every strike count.
Prepare yourself.
It's a really good game. It's very good at what it does exceptionally well. It's just map management. It's not one of those things.
Onwards!
I sense something.
I'm getting a lot of these funeral daggers. Huh.
Pay attention!
Yet another obstacle. You've crossed the wrong... We won't fall here. I swear it.
Corpulent Spectre.
Desna, guide my hand.
Move out! Cut them to pieces!
Make your peace.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Run them through!
Begone, fiend! You won't survive me.
I will resist.
Head on!
Endure this!
Prepare yourself.
I lead. You follow.
Desna, guide my hand.
Make every strike count.
Out of my way!
Into the fray!
Fall!
Make your peace.
Onwards!
If we find trouble,
Yo, it's a lot of dudes.
I will resist.
you've crossed the wrong mark.
Die!
And the water effects look really good.
Prepare yourself.
You won't survive me.
Let's hear you cry!
This was simple enough.
Meditate on your mistakes. My baby.
Defend my dream.
Endure this!
Desna, guide my hand.
The light take you!
I will bring down the divine wrath!
Shadows. For shadows.
Make your peace.
Make every strike count. Did you see that?
All this waiting bores me.
I guess we'll go to the cave now?
Move out!
Shrine of Pelura. Forgot exactly
Step
what I
on
was
their
doing
toes
here,
as
but
well.
guess I could look at this, right? This is where I'm hunting the dude with the face, right? Mustafen? Yeah. Talk with the leader at the Shrine of Pelura.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Spiders up in here.
Everyone is mortal in this. I am superior!
I will resist!
Run them through!
You won't survive me.
Prepare yourself!
Fight him. Fight him like a little monkey. He didn't do it. Sad.
Out of my way!
Small mushroom patch that has clearly been tended to with care.
Head on!
I'm all done here.
An inscription that reads, O Sarkoris, all our tears are for you, our lost land.
I lead. You follow.
Yet another obstacle. Endure this. Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Onwards!
A statue of Pelura made in the simple but expressive style of characteristic of Sarkorians. Someone has put a plate of food scraps near a hole in the wall, hoping to tame a small animal.
I finished here. Is there more?
Move out! Head on! I lead. You follow.
Okay, so we're gonna come back over here. That's definitely a scheduled listing of daily responsibilities of the stargazers and guards. The schedule is so packed, those who adhere to it must have little time to think of anything else. A board filled with complaints and suggestions, some birthday greetings, and an announcement that Teriel is willing to teach the flute to anyone who wishes to learn.
Over there!
A rack filled with what seems to be ancient Sarkorian weapons. There's another dagger.
Onwards! shall escape!
Make every strike count.
Die!
No glory without risk!
Desna, guide my hand.
You've crossed the wrong mark.
Let's hear you cry!
Into the fray! Ha!
Make your peace.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
The starry sky is miraculously reflected in the surface of the water. The mirrored image is perfect reproduction of the real thing, allowing you to see even the smallest details.
Move out!
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So what do we have here? The Wayfinder. Wait, does it just... Wayfinder was down here, wasn't it? Follower, cusp. What if we just go here? Oh.
Let's move already.
Huh. Alright, so look.
Head on!
No,
Battle
one at a
awaits.
time, please. You've got to stand over here out of the way. You've got to stand over here out of the way.
The struggles
And then
never
we'll
cease.
put
For the beauty with your heart.
people
not your
around
eyes.
randomly.
We will win this
There we go.
war.
Now we can see everything. Alright, so we have... What do we have? Let's go to the next page over. So we have the sweet voiced. Oh. Spinstress. The Saint. Sky Reader. Storm Raven. One-eyed. Ore Master. The snake. The twin. Golden Mare. The Quick. The Bear. The Book Reader. And the Wayfinder. Alright. So let's look at the stars on the floor. Mother is not one of them. The Pack? No. Wagon? No. Patriarch? No. Rider? No. Daughter? No. Bridge? Newlyweds? Lantern Bearer? Thrush? Cusp? Follower? Stranger? And Stargazer. None of those are there. Huh. Mustafen. Ah, it's you again. The demon flips through the pages of an ancient tome with a bored expression. He does not at all seem surprised by your arrival. Sorry, I'm busy right now. I don't have the time to chat. You'll find I have something else to do. For example, you can try to save those fools over there. Commander, you're here. Praise Desna, Ramian. Stop the demon. Don't let him steal those sacred tomes. They contain all the information we've gathered about the world wound. With knowledge like that, he can... You talk too much. Bored now. Let's spice things up. You either save those idiots or you chase after me. He makes a subtle gesture and the sanctuary erupts in flames. At the same time, the portal opens. I have to save the people. So long, everyone. I'm taking all this valuable information with me.
Call me again if you need to.
The tomes are filled with ephemeris data about the movement of the celestial bodies. The data seems to have been gathered over the centuries. Set of tables filled with astronomical data and observations about the world wound. There's nothing left of value on these bookshelves. Mustafen must have managed to escape with the research he stole from Pelura's stargazers.
Can't hide from me.
The books and scrolls on the shelves contain information about research projects known as the Northern Lights. A familiar Asamar gives you a courtly bow. He looks pale and tired and his gold hair has lost its sheen, but his smile remains as bright as ever. You're here, Kang. Incredible. How I'm happy to see you. So far from Dresden. Who could have guessed? Truly, Desna must have arranged for us to meet. What brings you here? I had a dream. I was standing right here in this place, and the northern lights illuminated the starry sky above. Suddenly, the waterfall parted to reveal a beautiful woman. She was dressed like a priestess, but she did not speak to me. She simply pointed in the direction of the invading demons and uttered a single name, Mustafen. I interpreted her dream as a summons, so here I am. It would be funny if the dream actually meant something else. What if the woman wanted you to give that name to your cat? Or what if she was just saying, stay away from my waterfall in her native language? She smiles. The goddesses reveals the right path to those who are brave enough to trust their dreams. I can see that you are still following your dreams too. I must confess, your story is such an encouragement to me. Whenever I get discouraged about how far I think about how far you've come, how you've risen above the life you once lived. You are a motivation to anyone who follows the path of the great dreamer. Would you mind if I mention you in my sermons after all this is over? Of course you can. If you think my story would be of interest, if it could help someone else, then by all means tell my story. I have nothing to hide, and thank you for your words. How have things been going in Dresden since my absence? Things didn't change much after you left, at least not at first. The Queen, God's preserver, ruled Dresden, and prayed for your swift return, as did we all. But as time passed, our hopes began to fade. Nearly 6 months after your departure, the Queen finally decided to hold a memorial service for you. She was afraid that further delay would cause her to lose her tactical advantage, so she took the Sword of Valor and gave orders for the army to press forward. It was a tough decision, but the Queen made the right choice. She gathered up those who were willing and led them out of Dresden under the banner's protection. The city's inhabitants were evacuated to Nerosian. Those who remained in the fortress understood the risks, and we did not have the Queen's responsibilities, the duties and obligations of the crown, so we stayed behind. We chose to wait for you and defend Dresden. You put so much effort into saving the fortress, how could we just leave it? We held out as long as we could, but eventually we had to flee. We were completely outnumbered, and there were just too many demons. We were forced to go into hiding, but we managed to survive. Where did Queen Galfrey go? I wish I knew. In my dreams, I see her walking through the hilly wastelands, but when I look closer, I realize that the wastelands aren't land at all. It's the palm of Discari's hand, and I can see his gigantic mandibles looming over the horizon. I yell, trying to warn the Queen, but it's all in vain. She is too far away, and no one can hear me. I wish I could say it was just a dream, but it has no meaning. But why didn't you go with Galfrey? Because, well, you should have seen those who decided to stay. One brave soul after another bowed before the Queen and asked her permission to stay in Dresden and await your return. I decided to join them. I was caught up in the emotion of the moment, and I couldn't just leave and let the demons tear apart the fortress that you worked so hard to save. Truth be told, I was devastated when I realized we would have to surrender the fortress. I was so close to despair, but then I realized that the goddess was teaching me an important lesson. I had allowed myself to be blinded by pride. I thought that we could defend the city without Iomede's blessing and the help of our friends, but I'm a priest, and a priest should be humble. I can hope for a miracle, but I should not demand one. And when I stopped grieving, the miracle happened. I was sent here. All right, I have to go.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
I lead. You
All right.
follow.
So that was essentially a waste. Interesting. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I feel like I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know what it is. Wait a second. Oh no, these are the names of the knives. Okay. See.
In trouble yet?
If I start at noon or at 12, newlyweds. Thanks. Thanks, Cam. Lantern bearer. Thrush. Cusp. Follower. Stranger. Mother, pack, wagon, patriarch, rider, and then we have daughter and bridge. All right. I don't know what any of that means. I know that cusp is a reset, but other than that, I don't understand. So, I guess we'll leave. Talk to the leader of the Shrine of Pelura. Well, I was just in there. I guess what's-his-face isn't the leader, he just visited. Alright, who's the leader then? Maybe it's Vigis? Pelura be praised, we had enough gear and supplies to fend off the attack, otherwise we wouldn't have survived. Alendria? Greetings, I'm Alendria. The High Priestess of Pelura, thank you for coming to my shrine. Tell me about your research. What is it about? Why did Mustafen want to steal it? The research is our life's work. We have studied the world wound for 100 years. We have searched for a way to close it, but the demon wanted our research for another purpose. He aspires to follow in Arilu Vorlesh's footsteps. He wants to open a wound of his own. He believes that our research would help him accomplish this goal. Although I'm grateful that you saved us, I am terrified by the thoughts of what that demon will do with our research. He will use it for his own evil purposes, and that breaks apart my heart. I'd like to see your research. It could prove useful. The most valuable research was stolen by Mustafen, but you can take what's left. Anything that remains in any of our books on our shelves behind me. Sadly, our work here is at an end. Tell me about the place. This is Pelura Falls. Once when they were real waterfalls here, you could hear the song of the water as it flowed across the stones, but then the world wound came and stole it all. The servants of the Shimmering Maiden took shelter when Sarkoris fell. My lady hid this place from unfriendly eyes and prolonged the lives of everyone inside so that we could dedicate ourselves to an important mission. We have been studying the world wound since the day it came into existence. So you were alive when the world wound opened? What do you know of its creation? More than some, but not as much as I would wish. I've been to the Threshold, the fortress where outlaw spellcasters were held, and where Arilu conducted her monstrous ritual. I even saw the betrayer in the flesh, though only briefly. Arilu was rumored to be a dangerous witch. For many years she had lived in isolation, carrying out strange experiments in deliberate obscurity, but she was noticed in the end. The best witch hunters tried to capture her, and it said that many of them perished in the attempt, but when I saw her, she was no longer a dangerous enemy. After many, many days in a dungeon, she was nothing more than a pale shadow. I was told her spirit was already broken, and she was brought to Threshold, and she gave the guards no trouble. However, I think it is safe to say that her compliance was simply a ruse, a cunning deception. When the wound opened, it shook the world. Lady Pelura, in her heavenly wisdom, was one of the first to realize the magnitude of the threat and sent her priests a vision, along with the order to run and hide. But many couldn't find it within them to obey this order. How could they leave their beloved homelands, their homes, families, and friends? Many of my brothers and sisters perished, losing a hopeless fight against wave after wave of demon. I was destined for a different fate, and so was my shrine. Lady Pelura hid it from the eyes of the demons. I had a vision telling me that the work that needed to be done to avenge the fall of Sarkoris and rid the world of the world wound. That was when I learned this difficult task that would take a century to complete, and that it would require us to make sacrifices, but I was willing. Tell me about Sarkoris. It was a wonderful land. Even if many thought it savage and wild, it still lives on in my memory, as if nothing has changed. I can see the barges gliding across the surface of the lake, I can smell the fresh air, and feel the wind on my skin as it moves through the green forests. Sarkoris was never ruled solely by one person, nor was it governed by a single faith. Clans lived in accordance with their own customs and settled important issues through lively debate in communal meetings. Matters involving the whole country were decided by a gathering of elders, priests, druids, and chieftains. We worshipped Erastil, Pelura, the spirits of our honorable ancestors, the sanctity of nature, and dozens of other different deities and magical creatures. That is why Sarkoris was a land of freedom. However, that freedom was not extended to all. As I think you know, only the magic of druids, priests, and other divine spellcasters was considered honorable. Those who used arcane magic were treated with suspicion, which grew into hatred. It grieves me to remember this, for our hatred was returned to us in full when the witch Rilu took her vengeance against those who had hurt her. What will happen to the sanctuary now? It breaks my heart to leave this place, but we cannot stay. The sanctuary was protected by the secrecy of its location, but now that the demons know about the temple, it is no longer a place of refuge. I will lead the survivors somewhere safe, but I cherish that hope will return. Someday our waterfalls will sing again. A temple is not a place, it's not a building, it's a community. As long as the servants of Pelura are alive, as long as you keep the faith, the shrine will survive. I know that you're trying to tell me what you're trying to... Wait. I know that you are trying to be kind, cleric, but you know nothing of our faith. You cannot possibly understand our pain. Our country has turned into a wasteland. This sanctuary is all that remains of Sarkoris. We have defended it for 100 years, and now we must leave it behind. Your words provide little comfort. Forgive me, I spoke without thinking. I'm sorry for your loss. I have to go. See you later. Okay, that's it. I thought there was more.
I lead, you follow. No one stands in my way.
Okay. So now all the places I need to go are through enemy armies. All right. I also need to go back home for something. Oh. "20 days. Let's get that started now. All right, teleport back to Dresden.
Onwards!
Oh, it wasn't here. It was... Hold on. It was at the island. I thought the island was supposed to follow me. It apparently hasn't. Sag. Dang, you're just in time. We're holding a tournament. And these are our guests, Solemn Star and Azana of the Lililand people, and Raucous Laughter of the Bralani. They've come down to us from Elysium. Now they're going to give us a display of their combat skills. The fight has a symbolic meaning. There has been a disagreement between the courts to which Solemn Star and Raucous Laughter belong. They are not enemies, but of course, there is a true rivalry between them. They'll never admit it, but they expect you to support one of the champions. Which champion do you choose will aid us in the court? Unlocks the Call the Asadas decree, allowing recruitment of Liland Asadas, spellcasters whose magical songs strengthen their allies. Okay, and then Raucous Laughter. Burlani Azadas, sharpshooters, dangerous both at distance and in close combat. I'll take the Burlani. Sharpshooters. Oh, Raucous Laughter, we wish you victory. Free Crusaders, beat your drums, blow your trumpets, draw your blades, and join the dance. Let us support our indomitable guest. It's good to have you back, Kang. Things haven't been the same without you. That was it? Okay.
Move out!
Okay. So, if I do this... The Hell Knights. Yeah, see, these armies are even getting stronger. These are level 10 armies, now they're 11. Fart. It's like the game saw me building up my armies and we're like, actually, no, +1. All right, control F10, I think? Yeah. Okay, toy box. Crusade. Armies? Player armies, here we go. Main host. Oh, shit. Okay. What do I do? Squads? Here we go. Azada Yama. Add a squad. What were those Azadas I just got? The fancy ones? They're not on the list. It must be my birthday. Was there... Yeah, I don't see him. Weird. Alright, so main host. We're just gonna go... And her. Skills? Error. There we go. Armies. Maybe we don't level her up, we just give her more units, maybe? Let's just be, like, overpowered with this. There we go. Save. Main host, 21. There we go.